Hello everyone, this is Leo and today we're going to be talking about the Mirror Warship PvP build, a ship that I recently used last weekend live on stream in Karat and as well as in arena fights. Now just looking at this ship, it just looks absolutely beautiful. I really love the design of this ship, and I have to admit it's come into my top 10 ships of cruisers and warships and battleships. It's really beautiful to handle. It's very fast. I mean, the base stats for turn on the ship is 13.5, impulse mod is 0.18, and inertia is 50. And to be honest, you really feel the speed on this ship. It's really fast. So let's go straight into having a look at the build. Right, so obviously it is a cruiser / warship battle cruiser, so we're going to be going with beams. So we're going to be doing a beam overload build. We have the two-piece Discovery Lorca set, dual beam banks, along with obviously the Lorca console as well. I'm going with targeting linked for that extra points in accuracy. We've got the advanced piezo polaron beam because of the technical overload ability when you activate beam overload, which hits hard on a lot of targets. Deflector, we've got the colony deflector with HP mods. We've got fortified prevailing impulse engines. We've got the two-piece Discovery warp core and shields for that set bonus. Aft weapons, we have a Terran Task Force disruptor beam, a standard disruptor Omni, and a House Martok Omni as well. Devices, now I put two stacks of Duotanium surplus, which is obviously on my spam bar, which is located over here. So every time I'm pressing spacebar on this bit, which is also buff and gives me speed, I've got like two sets there. So I've got like about 40, which will last me quite a while in the fights. Next to that is a targeting lock and also an energy amplifier. Universal slot, I've gone with the Altamide for the crit chance and accuracy. House Martok engineering console for obviously this two-piece, which gives me accuracy and crit chance. So lovely two-piece set there. I've gone with a PAX console. I'll just show you here. So we got extra damage resistance as well as increased hull capacity. We've got hull image refractors. Now this console is a warp capacitor burst console. It's a 1-minute console, cheap from the dilithium store. Now this one, I'm using this build currently at the moment was set up purely for Karat, as well as obviously some arenas. But in Karat you can experience a lot of spam, and when people use the parasitic ice console, you can use this console to jump out of it. So that helps you get away, because if you're stuck in that ice console, then you are pretty much going to just sit there and die. Now obviously depending on if you're in an arena, you might want to swap this out for something else. You could probably use maybe screen, for example. If you have that, you could use like DPRM, wherever that one is, I can't really see it here. And you could maybe have like protomatter, so you could swap this out for how you want. I mean, this build is almost like a template that people can experiment with. I've saved some videos of the previous 2 arena fights, which you can see obviously that was taken live from stream, and you can see how well it performed under this build. But yep, continuing on, we have the hostile acquisition console, which obviously has accuracy, control resistance, and also it holds as well as debuffs enemy target. I've gone with the Alachi Rift Jump, which accuracy, energy damage resistance, and it also phases you out, gives you that speed boost. This also does work well against the ice console, but also it's just great for just evading people. So for example, if someone's about to alpha up on you, or if you know they're going to try and lock you down, then you can obviously use this to prevent getting extreme amounts of damage. Tactical consoles, we've got 4 colony tactical consoles, always need the 4 for all that healing. So you can see my base stats, the hull is here, obviously that gets boosted up a lot when I use Jevanite, and also from the competitive rep to increase my maximum HP. Always remember as well, you want to have your fleet with combat boost up as well. Resistances are around this 50 mark, some are obviously in the 30s, but that will all get buffed up when we start flying around. Base is 132 in accuracy, chance 36, severity 139. Of course that will all get increased as well when we start buffing up. Right, now let's go to traits. We've got a good day to die, we've got max bulkhead technician, we've got smuggler's luck, which is great for controlled debuffs. You get 10 seconds there, which works really nicely. Give you all. We've got IAA for obviously cooldowns on the captain abilities. Repair crews, we've got secret command codes, which is obviously nice as well for the control effects. We've got self-modulating fire, we've got fresh from R&R, and boiler effect. Now this trait, you really want this trait, beautiful trait. I've fallen in love with it since it's come out. So yeah, get it from the Lobby store, you're not going to be disappointed with that one. Right, space traits, starship traits, invincible, must have. This invasive maneuvers, along with, I'm using Exodus, which I'll explain, goes with Intel Team 3, which is over here. So when I activate that, then Exodus will activate. Now the point of this ship, because the base stats are really good and I want it to move fast and be difficult to target, it's why I've put Exodus on that. As you'll notice, I don't even have any placates like placebo, and also I don't even have Orcs to Sith placate. I managed to evade people and be hard to target just with using obviously Exodus along with invasive maneuvers, yeah, these two work really nice together. I've got super weapon ingenuity for extra 5 seconds of beam overload. I've got weapon emitter overdrive for accuracy and chance, and I've got rhythmic rumble as well, which will help with the power drain cost as well as damage resistance. So when we go to the stations over here, as I explained, we have Exodus. I do have Photonic Officer 1 because there is a slight gap within cooldown, so this just clears that up. I've got Polarized Hull. Why? Because it helps against Psi guys who are always probably going to have a tractor beam, who will be using unconventional systems to help cool down their universal consoles. So this comes in handy against that. Science Team is for subnukes, when people will subnuke and remove my buffs. We've got some chemo sight there, cannon, scatter volley, beam overload 3. They will proc my colony tactical consoles, will help with my healing. We've got attack pack and omega. Again, that says obviously movement debuffs, disables. This is really nice. So when I'm getting in a bit of trouble, I use that one. Obviously tactical team, we've got engineering team to help clear debuffs as well. We've got emergency power to engines to keep me fast, shields to help with you know, obviously some damage, and orcs to damps. Now this one again, it says immunity to disable for 23 seconds. Now when I'm using the duty officer, which is over here, now this trait here, it says physical and kinetic damage. Now with that duty officer there, you'll get added on energy damage resistance, plus the duration is for 8 seconds. Now this actually stacks twice, so when you're using it so much with all the cooldowns, you'll end up getting 2 stacks of this at one point. So it's really quite powerful. It's one of my new loves. Plus it also obviously triggers rhythmic rumble, which will be used for the damage resistance and the weapon power cost. So those two go in hand really good. We've got Keel for removing debuffs, so that will work on the emergency power to engines and shields. Now these duty officers, we've got emergency con hologram, so activating emergency power to engines will reduce evasive maneuvers, which will also help me to continuously use invasive maneuvers much more frequently. So you can see how it will be becoming harder and harder to target between using exiters and also phasing in and out. So it's always about evading people, and this ship is built to be providing doing consistent, let's say, medium damage. I'm not an escort, so it's not going to be super high damage, but it's just going to be an irritating ship that would just slowly obviously melt people's shields, make them weaker, so when you're fighting with others on your team, that it actually helps to kill them off. Plus, to be honest, it actually does do some high hits on people. You're talking like maybe it's around about 60-70k, which is not bad for a single beam ship. Now I've got a crit chance duty officer here. Now these two here, I actually would like to swap them out for, I think it's 22 of 47. Let's just check. Yeah, 22 of 47 Borg bridge officers. Now I don't have the resources at the moment, but if I could swap these ones out, I'd put one of them in there, because that would give me pen plus critical severity as well. But at the moment I've just put in the beam overload duty officers because I don't have them. The reason why I put two there, two different quality ones, is because the procs are a higher chance on them. So let's have a look. I think there's one last bit. Yep, so I'm going with Miracle Worker primary, Strategist secondary, and also when you enter, before you start fighting, make sure threatening stance is on. Keep that always active on, because obviously your secondary HP will be increasing, so then obviously your whole cap is going to go up on that with the threatening stance on, so you'll get higher amounts of secondary HP. Let's have a look. Skills, I'm going pretty balanced here. You can probably slow that down. We've got obviously some critical severity, standard and chance. We've got accuracy, we've got drain and control. We've got quite a bit into engineering for obviously hull plating and regeneration as well. So yeah, I think I lost one bit. Yep, almost forgot guys. So personal rep traits, we've got damage, all damage resistance, we've got crit severity, we've got crit chance, we've got fortified hull, and we've got automated protomatic conduits. So yeah guys, I think that's it. I'm going to show you, just because I want to show you, if you've managed to get to the end of this video, that's great. Also please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, etc., because it really helps. And plus, if you want to see any more, or if you have any requests for certain ships, I do have quite a lot. So if you wanted to see one made for PvP, and I'll be testing it out on Saturday nights in Karakam, then let me know. But here I just want to show you that this ship is actually really nice. You can see how quick it actually turns around, and if I use the buff with Duratanium surplus, now moving in and out, you can see obviously intel team is going. I can phase out and move really fast. I can phase back in, so you can see that it's very maneuverable. Look how quick I'm turning here guys, it's really nice. I've actually quite fallen in love with it, considering it's a Federation ship with no battle cloak, nothing. It actually performs really well. And also, I mean, the trait for PvE guys, I mean, it's really good. you know, Terran Goodbye is a brilliant trait for PvE. So if you've bought this and you're doing DPS, why not try it for PvP? You can use this build as a base and work from there, because that's how I think a lot of PvP builds should be done, because I know that everyone flies differently. I'm sure a lot of people fly differently to me, but yeah, try it out, experiment, have fun, maybe join Karat, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.